Ladies, it's time for What's Up and About, and of course, you guys are welcome as well. I wanted to start with a soliloquy. Let me not call it that. Is that what it's called? Soliloquy?
I'm not sure what you're referring to yet, so just go ahead.
A lamentation of sorts.
A rant.
Yeah, not a rant, But I have a word for cyberbullying, and that's going to be the topic today. There's something about cyberbullying and the anatomy with which it's taking currently. Now, we've all known cyberbullying to be an attack on somebody without you being present there, using the tool of perhaps maybe social media, as has been the case with every instance that you have come across. But then there is a new kind of cyberbullying that seems to be happening. Now, let me land. Let me cook now, Winfrey. There's a new kind of cyberbullying that seems to be happening. Over the weekend, there was this gentleman, Angolan man, who actually came up to beg Nigerians. He actually was pleading with Nigerians. He was saying, please don't do this again. My page has been taken down, and I've only just gotten back on a new one. Only because he went up on social media to express himself, his passion for his country and football. He says, Angola will win. Nigerians came for him, reported his page multiple times, must have been over 1 million, because it got taken down almost immediately. I felt very bad for the gentleman, for the young man. I mean, he was only expressing his passion. He didn't say like as if go and destroy Nigeria or anything.
Can you quote
what he said? What did he say? Please remind me.
No, I'm just saying. Can you quote
do remind me?
No, I can't.
Okay, so let me finish. However, now that is not even the major case. The major case is that I see on social media, especially regarding the Nigeria-Angola match, certain trends that are happening, and these trends have to do with symbols or depictions of the Nigerian eagle roasting the antelopes and all of that. It's all fun and games and everything. I enjoy the art of it, but then again, when you look at it critically,
why?
It seems that it would, now this is my personal opinion now, and I might be wrong and I'm open for correction. It would seem that we are setting ourselves against other nationalities when we do this, and do it so blatantly, including corporate organizations. Now, these are my own personal reflections. Like I said, personal.
So I can't lie. As soon as I saw there is a particular company that went all out in savage, blatantly calling out, the Angolans for being, for losing, obviously. And then there were quite a lot of videos of, eagles carrying antelopes up and down on different corporate bodies were doing this. And I was taken aback by that. Because once corporate bodies, organizations start doing that, it sets a precedent for other people to do worse. So that's my opinion as well. I also feel like, yes, they got the views, they got the clicks that they were looking for, but to the detriment of what? It was a little less than dignified, in my opinion.
It wasn't civilized at all.
At all. But the issue is, it got the clicks and likes it was looking for. So that was the goal, that was the idea. And whoever is in charge of that particular handle right now, well done to the person for doing their job right. They're probably going to get a promotion.
But KPI.
But should there be a governing body watching?
Not even governing. I think a sense of responsibility. I don't. Winfrey is not with anything I said from earlier, and I'd like to take her pulse on it.
Coming from Mazzino, right? Mazzino is someone who
I know where she's going.
Making fun of people. And of course, we've recorded countless times where he's made fun of my ear. Right?
Okay.
So, and I think in the end of everything, things could turn out two ways. I could hate Mazzino. Right? For that. Or I could literally love his sense of humor, which I actually do. So I think everything, in the end of the day, literally is just based on who the receiver is and how serious you're taking it, right? As much as, yes, I understand the normal aggression towards Nigerians because of the way people say we are, I still don't think we should just take certain things too far. Nigerians will... Don't we make fun of ourselves?
We do.
Don't we make fun of the situation in our country and how terrible
but not every country has that culture.
And that is fine. So should
tolerance.
And that's fine. So we should reduce who we are because other people cannot literally they don't have a big enough heart to accept.
Let me put it in context.
When they're
African
mostly on it's mostly on a lighter note. That's how I see it.
Two instances.
Of course, I'm not for the ones that go. Not too long ago. We had a country's citizens attack their own players because of how poorly they played.
Exactly.
My point is that it's of course I'm not when it's aggressive, when it's we've seen people fight over football and everything. I'm totally not in support of that. When it's violent, I'm definitely not supportive. But then again, when it's on social media and when with the graphics depictions of eagles and antelopes, I'm totally up for it. Pepper soup.
Two things. Two things here, Winfrey.
I will go
First
for
off,
that.
sports is a religion. We see the tone that it took when they started with even countries attacking their own players and stuff like that. A sense of responsibility is all I'm calling for when it comes to all of these artistic expressions that we have, especially when it's a corporate body. Now, the other thing is this. If you have a mass of people, like, for instance, Mazino, and I call out your ears all the time, and I have 100,000 people, you know, maybe let's call, what does Tasha call her own? Let's call them, I don't know what we'll call Mazimbians. I have 1,000 Mazimbians, and you have what? I'm sure you have a million sleek girls. I mean, what do you call?
Wow, pageant girls.
Pageant girls. Sorry.
Jesus babies.
Jesus babies. Yeah. Imagine the effect that I have on my 100,000, and you have on your 1 million. And if they were to meet anywhere, because of our kind of exchange, no matter how humorously expressive they might have been between us, but with them, however, is it the same? That's one thing to consider. So when you have an entire nationality being roasted, and I use that word with all pun intended, being roasted by another nationality, how does that set them against each other? Now, point in case, let's talk about xenophobia in South Africa. Xenophobia in South Africa was not caused because Nigerians were infiltrating their economic system, which they were. However, that helps for the better good of everybody. If I have you guys bring in plenty of commerce here, I can also perhaps take advantage of the crowd that it brings and make more money. However, that instance was caused by plenty of the, what do you call it now? These are not anecdotes that Nigerians come with. Nigerian men especially. Nigerian men and how they treat South African women. Oh, Nigerian men are better in
But most of these narratives are driven by their own people.
But I'm coming. But let me land. But see how that affected the xenophobic instance between Nigerians and South Africans all those many years ago. It was because of little things like this that build up to that combustion.
So what would you say the solution is?
Responsibility.
Okay, so to what extent?
To the extent
being responsible and respectful to another country.
Wait, now to what extent should we be responsible?
Well,
she's asking
on social media.
I know you got me, but let me answer. I know you got me, girl. Thank you very much, Titi. You're on my side today. To what extent? To the extent that you note that my expression has an influence on a certain group of people, negatively or positively. It might get a few LOLs and laugh my bum off and stuff like that. However, what is it doing to the other parties? Is it making them feel...
What should I do?
A certain sense... Responsibility.
There were a lot of...
Now, express your responsibility in actions. What should I do? Should I tweet and then at the end put hashtag joke?
Perhaps. I don't know if that is going to help. I don't know.
So there are so
I want to hear Titi now.
No, I'm even thinking from an advertising standpoint. When you have big brands of cola go against each other all the time. Telecommunications brands go against themselves all the time. But they do it in a very civil way.
Yeah.
It's very stylish and responsible.
Can I remind you of the one between the red brand and the yellow brand? When the red brand attained a certain number of people, the yellow brand said to them, "You're welcome," meaning that we'll be here since you guys are just starting. It was friendly. It wasn't like as if we're going to roast you as you're just joining us on the 4th floor.
So now, this issue of cyberbullying then trickles down. It trickles down to a lot of people who are looking up to brands, corporate entities with their own small businesses. So what do the small business owners now do to sort of step up their visibility? Do they now call out other people in the same field and start doing that to them too?
Yeah.
You know, you have to see it as setting an example, and it wasn't a very good example to set.
No.
They got the clicks they were looking for, fine, all well and good. But after that, do I respect the brand more? Probably not.
I definitely, as I said before, I'm not up for aggression and aggressive, I mean, roasting. Roasting is aggressive anyway, you won't see it anyways. But then again, I'm not up for it, right? But at the same time, I'll say, let's not take the fun out of the lightheartedness of it. And the truth of the issue is, no matter how careful you want to be, there will still be people that will take it out of context and still carry it to extreme. Now, those people, should they be penalized? Of course. Should they probably, I don't know, go, but my point is, if I'm here cracking jokes with Mazino and then people are watching, people that love me and people that love him are watching and seeing the manner in which we're cracking the jokes, they know it's joke, they know it's friendly. However, there's still that one person and
That will take it on
still
their
take
head.
it. So that's my point. So fine, responsibility is necessary, but at the same time,
What?
Okay.
So some people do take, take it too seriously.
All right.
and I love.
But
I
I'm just
love to
all
see-
for.
I love to see brands
Yeah.
creative.
It's
and
creative.
have this kind of fun. It's not every
Yeah.
time that it's serious.
Walk.
And
I agree.
that's what creativity
I hope that
is
person is
going
getting
to.
paid well.
I
To
agree
be
with
honest,
you.
that's where creativity is going to. Your ability to literally cash and milk the situation however best. However, not to the detriment of other
Any
people.
party.
and of
I
other
agree with you.
parties. So,
We all
yeah.
have great points. I'm just saying a little bit more responsibility. That's all. To my 100,000 Mazimbians, please, Winfrey's ears are the best kind of ears you could
your
ever
business.
find any place. Please, can you talk to your,
That's it.
what do they call it?
Wow.
Pageant girls.
Wow.
Whenever we see Mazino, we're dragging.
So, you know what? Let's hear your thoughts on this as well. Your opinions matter to us. Use our hashtag WakeUpNigeria on TVC and tag us. That's WakeUpNigeria TVCE on Instagram. We would love to hear from you.
Go Mazimbians.
Wow.